simple project. It's a ceiling fan installation where it was given to me by a client who they had a problem with this, and the problem was the remote control module. And we can see there was a part of it that was a little scorched looking. But basically, the way these Hunter ceiling fans are engineered to be remote control, where everything is on the instructions, you can also set them up manually. And by setting up with manual control, the wall switch works like this, and everything works. You'll just have the two little pull toggles. One controls fan speed, the other one controls the light. And there it is. So that's basically just eliminating the remote control unit that has some kind of an issue going on, and you know, it's no big deal to reach up and pull this instead of screwing around with a remote control. And so this one was a gift for my landlord, basically. Didn't cost me any money, just basically a short afternoon putting it up. Ceiling fan. Part of the reason it didn't work for the previous owner was the remote control module went bad. The other thing was there's red screws on this particular model that actually have to be removed for the blade balancing mechanism to move freely, and this one had been stripped out. So what I need to do is I need to figure out how to get that screw out. You can kind of see that, and it was in the instructions, remove the red screw. Well, here I've got one of the Dremel knockoff type tools, and so what I have to do here, I can't hold the camera and do the cutting at the same time, but gotta angle this in, hold it really steady. It's gonna be a thing, and cut a new notch on that screw head so that we can so that I can get it out with a screwdriver. I can't hold the camera and do the work at the same time, but I've got an assistant who's going to be helping me with that in future videos, but just not right now. And that's one of the use for having one of these disc cutting tools. And you can recut a screwdriver slot, even if it's a little ragged, recut a screwdriver slot so that that packing screw can come out of there. And then these red screws on this particular model get discarded. Prepping the used fan for installation is, fortunately I was able to have the owner's manual for this, but I had to eliminate the remote control mechanism because that's what previously burned out. But in color coding these wires, the white is the neutral, the green is the ground, although they both tend to go to the same place. The green doesn't really go to the white when we put it in the installation. And then these two black wires, one of them was for the light, the other one for the fan. But I'm actually going to be putting these into the same switch. Now for individual control, what I have is two toggles. The original switch here, though, is a dial, so what I may be doing is replacing this with a normal switch. The only thing I would be losing on that is the brightness control on the light. It's just that I didn't want to cross the brightness control with the fan speed, because usually there's a separate fan speed in here. But it's not the end of the world to go either way, because the potentiometer that's in that style of switch can also control fan speed. So this is the Hunter ceiling fan fully installed. It had originally been the remote control model. What I did was basically eliminated the remote control module because the way that thing was originally wired, it could go either way. And so we're turning it to the pull toggle operation. Not hard to do. One toggle's for the light, the other is for the fan. And so the video's coming in a little dark. I couldn't hold the camera during the installation, but basically this thing goes up in stages, and so at about the middle stage is when we put the fan blades on, but the fan blades have to be carried up the ladder and then put on individually. Not too big of a deal, you know, low ceiling place, but in a high ceiling place, that's going to make a huge difference in the amount of time that it takes to install one of these. And definitely do not rush the situation. But the height of the ladder, the security of your ceiling mount, and a couple other things are going to be the difference whether this is a 2-hour installation or a 4-hour installation. Yeah, because this could become a pretty involved installation. So basically, it was a salvage situation, but fortunately the people who had taken it down had managed to save all of the pieces. I found the what defects I could fix, and of course eliminating the remote control feature has made this thing dirt simple reliable, and there it is.